What's good, y'all?
Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Some don't know the effects they have on others when everything that we do affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me, it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down to hug and kiss us? Frankly, the current state that we're in needs to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust, avoiding the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. In this world, can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he said, think about it, and then come back and discuss. Let's change the world. 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 Let's just unite. Let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change 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 the world.
Let's change the world. What's good, y'all? What's up, everybody?
Let's just unite. Let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders
In the world, we gotta change the world. Let's get it, man. It's your big homie, Big Bad, man. Thank you all for all y'all coming in, man. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, man. Hit that like button as you come in, man. Hit that like button when you come in here, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I got one for us tonight. I'm first off, let me say something. What's good, SS? What's good, Selena? How you doing? First off, let me say something. I apologize. I mean, I'm not sorry, but first off, I had to apologize for my lack of content, man. I'm gonna say something first and foremost. I don't like how I'm being done, and I don't appreciate how I'm being done, even though it's not egotistical and all that. I just don't appreciate how I'm being done. So let me say something to you. When you're putting your all into something, right? If you're in a committed relationship, if you're in a committed relationship and you're committed to a woman and you putting your all in and you coming home every night and you bringing home the bacon every day and you doing the best you can to provide every way you can, right? But no matter what you do, this woman cheats on you whenever she gets the liking or the learning, the yearning to. So when you've committed to something and it is not committed to you and it's disloyal to you, it'll make you just want to say fuck it. That's so that's my main thing. And I've been spending a lot of time with my kids, doing stuff for my kids, taking them fun places and buying them things and doing things for them, going out to eat, taking them fun places. I've been spending time with my kids, teaching them, trying to do what I can to mold them. Because let me say something. You got to say we have to ourselves. Let me say something. You got to save yourself. As much as Big Bad 8 likes to get out the hilltop and on the mountaintop and scream what's right and what's just, as much as I like to do that, you know what that gets me? Do you know what it gets me? To come on to this to go to the scream at the highest top of the mountains, trying to scream out the injustices of life and scream out for justice. Do you know what that does? It gets you nowhere. It gets you nothing. Let me explain something to you. Most people are not worthy of being saved. Most people are not worthy. Let me say it again. Most people are not worthy of being saved. Treasures in heaven. I feel you, Shamelessly Voracious. What's good, Shamelessly Voracious? I'm going to say something about that heaven and hell stuff. I'm not going to suffer my whole life on earth and expect a reward in heaven. That doesn't even make sense. I'm not going to suffer here on God's green earth, the beautiful heaven. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I believe, I'm one of those people who believe earth itself is heaven. When you have beautiful women, when you have fruits and vegetables, when you have animals, when you have water, when you have air, wind, fire, what more heavenly can you get? What more heavenly is a pomegranate? What more heavenly is a fresh, ripe mango? What is more heavenly than a cup of guava juice? What is more heavenly than some clean vagina? What is more heavenly? What is children, all that. What is more heavenly than earth? What is more beautiful than earth? Name me a place, because I don't know none. And if you're waiting to, let me just say it. If you're waiting to die for your reward, you're sadly mistaken about life. You reap rewards for what you sow in your life. You reap what you sow in this life. If you were living your whole life, your whole 70 years, 80 years, hopefully you get to see 90, hopefully you get to see 100. If you're living the whole time on this earth and just waiting around to die to get the pleasures and get a reward, does that even make sense? Now, I'm not saying seek out earthly pleasures and seek out this and that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it doesn't make no sense for us to be sitting around and going through all this suffrage on this earth when the blessings are right around the corner from you. You should not, let me say that again. We should never have to suffer and here on this earth when blessings and abundance is right around the corner. When there's an apple tree, when there's an orange orchard, when there's grapevines, we should never have to suffer on this planet. When rice grows out of the dirt, we should never have to starve on this planet. When beans growing on vines straight out the dirt, we should never have to starve or suffer on this planet. With wood, trees that grow out of the ground, we should never have to be homeless on this planet. But guess what? Guess what? We're going to keep suffering because we don't go for life. We don't live life as it's supposed to be lived. We're too busy going with customs. We're too busy going with the flow. We're too busy doing what you're told to do and not what you know to do. Let me explain something to y'all. How many? No, I ain't gonna. Let me ask Google God, y'all's God Google. Let me ask her. Google, how many religions are there on this planet?
According to Wikipedia, there are an estimated 10,000 distinct religions worldwide, though nearly all of them have regionally based, relatively small followings.
So, there's over an estimated 10,000 religions on this planet, right? Are there 10,000 gods on this planet? Are there over 10,000 gods on this planet? Are there more than 10,000 gods? I'm asking y'all a question. You can put yes or no, or you could just not even interact. Are there more than one God? Is there more than 10,000 gods on this planet? Are there 10,000 gods on this planet? Exactly. Thank you, Cherokee Tree, and thank you, Shamelessly V. Exactly. So if there's only one God on this planet, if there's only one, why is there 10,000 religions? And if there's over 10,000 religions, why is everybody still fucked up on this planet? If there's over 10,000 religious systems in place, why is everybody so fucked up on this planet? Yeah, let me say something. Because I that's my whole point of doing this live. Broke it. Let me say something, because that was my whole point of doing this live. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of people who you would say, quote unquote, are trying to play God. But let me say something. Is it a bunch of people trying to play God, or has God created a bunch of people to play the role of him? And let me ask you this. When these disciples, when these prophets, when these wise men that come your way and quote unquote are playing God, right? How could you know who's real and who's not? Because in the book of the coming forth by day and by night, aka the African scripts, the holy African scripts on the walls, they said God always comes in the form of a man. So how, let me ask you, how is there all these people who are quote unquote playing God? It said God always comes in the form of man. And then on top of it, let me ask you the question though, the question I said. With these prophets, with all the prophets that came across and came through life, what has it bettered? How has it bettered anybody on this planet? If Jesus Christ died on the cross for his sins and all this, and he got sacrificed and done like that, so you won't get done, why is it still happening to little kids every day? If Muhammad was the true religious prophet that people say he is, that the Islamic faith, the Muslims say he is, then why are the little kids in Iraq and all the Muslim countries, and why are all the kids and women of the Islamic countries and the Islamic people still suffering? Yes, right and wrong do exist, but I'm gonna tell you why right and wrong exists. BH. Right and wrong exists because the evil people took over this earth. In the beginning of time, and not fuck the beginning of time, but in the beginning of time, all the ruling class, the original people were good people. They didn't know sin. They didn't live off sin. People only learn sin from the sinners. People learn sin from the heathens of earth. People learn flaws from the flawed people of earth. The things that of the impure thoughts and actions and the impure lifestyles that we're living under now and that everybody's implementing come from a certain group of people. And I'm not here to pinpoint it. What I'm saying is good people were always the most prevalent on the earth. Bad people came in and stirred up the pot. Even it's in the Cain and Abel story. It's in the book of the coming forth by day and by night. It's on the holy scriptures. It's in all the holy scriptures a long time. There was always a Cain. There was always an Abel. There was always a Judas. So we do know that. But what I'm saying is, if these religions and all those 10,000 of religions are so real, if your Jesus is so right and so virtuous and so real, why hasn't he saved you? The only thing religion does for people is make them feel good. Let me say that again. The only thing religion does for people is make them feel good. What do you get out of religion? And I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but I'm asking you, what do you get out of religion? Because what I'm trying to prove, the point I'm trying to prove is, look where we're at today. Ain't nobody, most people aren't even following the religions in the true aspect that it's supposed to be followed. So what good is it? And I'm not down in the religion. I'm just saying, you have to save yourself, is what I'm saying. You could have that complex that you want to help everybody. Like me, I want to help everybody. But then you know what I realized? When I'm trying my best to help everybody, I'm the one who gets persecuted. I'm the one who has to walk through the fire. I'm the one who has to suffer. Cherokee Tree said it. Religion is just another way to divide. That's all it is. If you're taught that what you believe is the only way to salvation, then you would know and believe in your heart that everybody else is heathens and wrong. Hence the spiritual division that we're living under. You know what I'm saying? If you're taught that how many Christians say, if you don't submit your sins, what they say? If you don't confess your sins to Jesus Christ with your heart and your belief, you're going to burn in hell when you die. So do the animals burn in hell when they die? The birds don't know who Jesus Christ is. Do they burn in hell when they die? The butterflies don't know about Jesus Christ. Do they burn when they die? An apple doesn't know about Jesus Christ. Does it burn when it dies? A cat don't know about Jesus Christ. Does it burn when it dies? This is the simplest proof that religion is bullshit. Simplest proof, just that alone. Does a cow burn in hell when it dies? Or are y'all the religious type of people who believe you're above and beyond the animal? You're better than an animal. You're one of those people. Oh, that's why you don't mind chopping up cows and eating them on your dinner table every night. That's why you don't mind chickens getting sacrificed every day so you could have something to eat. Oh, I understand. See, people like to say people have God complexes, and people like to say the man who's trying to help. And I'm not saying what you said is that. That's not what I'm saying. But listen. People like to condemn the man who's trying to help and give a positive alternate solution to reality, to the fantasies, right? A positive solution to the fantasies of life, right? People love to condemn and judge that type of person. But what solutions do they have? You talk shit about a man like Big Betty who comes on here all the time and gives his all, gives his everything just to make you better. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Everything that I'm trying to show y'all, I'm implementing for the last 38 years. My whole life, I've been implementing this. So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, it's been my existence my whole life. So please understand, when somebody like me comes on this YouTube and then they're trying to help you and go out their way to tell you something positive and show you something positive like I'm doing. And I'm not saying they gonna be like me, but what I'm saying is when somebody's on here trying their best, please appreciate that shit, because God doesn't always keep sending people like me. God will stop sending me. God will make me give up. You don't get it? And people are like, who are you? You ain't shit. You're just a God will take it off my heart to try to save y'all. And the only reason I'm still doing this is because two things. What I built can't nobody take from me. Secondly, I won't let nobody win. I'm that stubborn-headed. I won't let evil win. I won't let nobody win. I'm going to let God win at the end. So that's the only reason I'm still in this fight. But let me explain something to y'all. The people who I want to help the most, they don't care about what I do. They have no knowledge of what I do. The people who I want to help the most don't care about me and what I do, and they don't know what I'm trying to do. The people who I want to really help and save don't even watch my channel. The people who I want to help and save don't even talk to me on a day-to-day basis. So what am I doing by putting my neck out there for somebody and people, masses, amounts of millions of people? What am I doing for putting my neck out here for millions of people to try to help them? What am I doing? What is that doing? It's putting me in harm's way. It's putting mine in harm's way. And listen. I enjoy doing this, y'all. I absolutely enjoy spreading knowledge. I absolutely enjoy absorbing knowledge. I absolutely enjoy having these intellectual, somewhat one-sided conversations, because y'all only can comment. And I'm about to start doing video. I'm about to start doing video call-ins. I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up so y'all can come in if you'd like to do video call-ins with me, man. You know. But look, this is what I'm trying to say. Exactly. BH. Exactly. BH. That's how I be feeling. Nothing matters much in this life unless the spirit has a bigger reason for all this junk. That's how I be feeling. Look, I be going through my days, and it's sad that I got to this point. I feel like I've gotten spiritually old. Because physically I'm still fresh, youthful, vibrant, all that. But I feel like I'm spiritually old. And then I'm gonna tell you something. When you have a great, vast pool of knowledge to swim in and to drink from, right? When you have a vast, big pool of knowledge, and they trying to play with me like that, my bad, y'all. They trying to play. But look, if you have vast pool of knowledge, life will become so easy to you. And then if you get to a real level of awakeness, if you get to a super level of awakeness, because I'm like probably awakeness level 50. If it can go to 50 to 100, I'll say I'm at 50 right now. I'm halfway. And it's just me gauging it. And it's what I think I can hold. So I'm trying to hold on 50 more billion terabytes of data and information. So look, as I gain more knowledge, life becomes this type of, it's like a game. It's simulated game. But then it's like you could choose when to play and then when not to play. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, And what I mean by simulated game, I'm not saying life is fake or no insane lost mind control stuff. I'm saying when you know how to get through life's problems and you know how to create solutions to life's problems, the problems will be so easy to you that they won't become problems anymore. You'll become more like on guard and ready for life's problems to where you're solving them before they present themselves to you. It's like, oh, this light bulb's from the flicker. Go out and buy the light bulb before it goes out. Oh, this happening. Go out and do it before it has a problem. Oh, I need to your body will, when you get older, your body will tell you, oh, you need to go exercise. Oh, drink some water. Oh, drink some orange juice. Drink some potassium. Give me this. Give me that. Your body will tell you what it needs when you get old enough and wise enough. So I'm at that level of life, y'all, where I apologize if I have this standoffish type of perspective, because life itself is getting easy. And that's kind of scary to me. I ain't gonna lie. Because I feel like once you master life itself, what comes after life? Once you master life itself, I believe death comes soon after. So that's why I'm trying not to totally master it. And I'm just telling y'all, I'm just trying my best to stay accepting life as it comes, but I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all letting me get these thoughts out, man. But when it comes to that, people say people are trying to be God and stuff. Let me explain something about that again too, because I'm gonna say something. If you study God, if you study religion, if you study God itself, he tells you to walk in his path. He tells you to walk in his shoes. He tells you to be Christ-like. He tells you to be virtuous. He tells you to be godly. So what is wrong with somebody trying to be godly? Are we that warped of people where we feel like we can't walk like God did? Are we that lost to where we can't follow God home? Are we that lost to where we don't know the path God set for us to walk on? It ain't that hard. Every book, all 10,000 of these religions will tell you. All 10,000 of these religions will tell you how to walk like God did. So I studied about 6 of them. I studied about 6 religions. So I feel like I'm qualified to walk in the path of God, not be God. Broaden your mind. I am one of the ones who can walk on God's path. My soul's clean enough. My soul's clean enough. My actions are pure enough. My thoughts are clear enough. Only thing I battle on this earth is frustration, because a man can't always do what he wants to do when he feels like to do it. So a man like me battles sometimes with frustration because there's things that happen and you can't always act. You got to counteract, react, proact. You got to be smart, because you can crash out if you want to. Ain't no rules in this game. You can crash out. You can crash out. Like Hassan Campbell did when he pulled up to the Bronx River and said, "Hey, come on out, everybody. Who's tougher than me? I'm the toughest. I'll stab you," this and that. He was saying all kind of savage stuff, calling people up. And guess what happened? He invoked that energy. And I'm not down in my man's. I'm just saying, nobody's bigger than life itself. Nobody's bigger than life itself. And life itself is the same. Life is the same. You know the problem with everybody? You know why I say save yourself? Because I be wanting to save people and show people this and that, but I'm going to tell you something. Until somebody is ready to receive saving, they can't be saved. Look, it's like this. If you have some caviar that you spent $1,000 for the 6-ounce can of caviar, premium salmon roe, premium virgin cod roe, cod's caviar, this, that caviar, premium caviar. I don't even eat it. Nasty, don't like it, never tried it. What I'm just saying, you got a 6-ounce can of caviar that you spent $1,000 for because you know the value. You know exactly what region of the ocean it comes from. You appreciate this marine fish, seafood eating. You really do that shit. You really eat good like that. You eat seaweed. You do all that exquisite sea foam. You know all that shit, right? But guess what? You take that 6-ounce salmon to a bear and you sit next to a bear. He's gonna say, you put that 6-ounce $1,000 can next to a dog and he's gonna say, and look at you for some more. He ain't gonna appreciate that shit. You give that $1,000 salmon to a fucking sorry ass human who don't appreciate the value. They gonna say, "Ooh, this nasty. This is disgusting. What is that? I can't eat that." And you say, "Motherfucker, give my $1,000 caviar and my $25 multigrain wheat crackers. Get the fuck out of my face, you bum." And you eat your $1,000. It's like me. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian, right? I eat like I eat because I know what's best for the human body. I eat like I eat because I know what's best for the human body, because I know anatomy, biology, botany, simple chemistry, and simple shit. I learned this shit in school. I know this shit, right? And ecology, all that shit. I know the game, basics of everything. So look, I know what the body needs when it's thirsty. I know what the body needs when it's this, when it's that. I know why they put salt in the Gatorade and why you drink. If you put some pink Himalayan salt in your water, it'll make it alkaline. I know key limes are alkaline. I know this. I know that lemons and limes and stuff like that help clean your intestinal tract out. Oh, what do you do if you want to clean your countertops off? Old school people. You spray some vinegar and you spray some lime juice or some lemon juice on your countertops. Old school people know what I'm talking about. And what did that do? Clean and disinfect your countertops. What would drinking lemon juice, what would drinking that vinegar do? What would that do to your exactly? What would that do to your insides? It would clean them out. When you take now let's get to simple science, y'all. This is what Big Bad is here for. When you get some lemons, you got some fruit. Exactly. When you get some lemons and you got some fruit and you got some berries, and you don't want them to oxidize because you cutting them up. You don't want them to oxidize, aka turn brown. You got some bananas, you don't want to turn brown. You got some, because you know bananas turn brown real quick. You got about 20 minutes to eat your bananas before they start going and looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? They'll start going soft and go hard. Exactly, y'all. Simple science. But see, most people don't think. So let me help them, bro. You feel me? Look, if you take some lemons and you put it on the vegetables and the fruits and shit, it keeps it from oxidizing, don't it? Lemon juice will preserve the fruit. So if the lemon preserves the banana, essentially shouldn't the lemon preserve your insides when you drink it? Essentially, shouldn't the lime preserve your insides when you take it in? It preserves. Preservative prop. You have to treat your body like you treat everything else, but it's just a little bit more complicated because you got eyeballs, you got nose, you got this, you got a mouth, you got a butthole, you got ears, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's very simple at the same time. See, people like to say, oh, people have God complex. No, God told you. He told us how to live. I'm going to tell you some real shit. Even God don't even have to tell you. A baby comes out of the womb knowing exactly how to live. A baby comes out of the womb and he says, ah, ah, ah. You know what that means? I'm hungry. He goes, poops real calm and real. I'm gonna tell you something. When the baby's pooping, they be real soothed. They be like, oh yeah, let it loose, fill that diaper up. But as soon as he finishes pooping, he says, ah, ah, ah. AKA, you know what that means? Get this poop off me. AKA, infant before getting taught how to communicate has the fucking ability to communicate. So we all come out with the innate beginning from the blueprint of your beginnings of life. You come out with the game already in you. Survive, live, thrive, grow. Why you think babies, when they born, they grab everything and put it in their mouth? Grab stuff and put it in their mouth. Grab a. You know why? They're trying to eat. They're trying to live. They're trying to survive. So they don't know what to eat. They don't know what to live, what to survive. But you keep trialing and error some shit. Keep putting some shit in your mouth. One of them things you put in that motherfucker gonna feed you. And the ones that's not, they're gonna. Yeah. Everybody comes out with the ability. Everybody has the game already in them. It's just you get taken out your life after years of programming. You get taken out of your life through years of deprogramming, that bullshit that they got you living under. They tell black women, cover your hair, black woman, and cover your hair. Cut your hair off, cover your hair, and put on some synthetic fake hair that looks like somebody else. And they condition y'all to liking that. And your men are noodle back losers who say, yeah, baby, that stuff look good on you. Yeah, that hair design, that hair pattern, that European hair, down hair strain, long strain pattern, that looks good on you, baby. But guess what? It might look good on her, but it's not good for her. If you put a ball, this is for all the men. This is simple science. I'm trying to show y'all the game on how to be decent. Look, if you put if you keep putting a baseball cap on your head every day, you keep covering your hair every day, you keep covering your head every day, you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? When you cover your head every day, you're telling your body to stop growing hair because you're putting something environmental over your head. So you're sending a signal to your brain to stop producing head coverage, because I have an external environmental head coverage, aka basketball fitted, football hat, whatever the fuck kind of hat, baseball hat, whatever. You're tricking your body, and your body will turn off your hair and you won't even have no hair. People wear hats every day and wonder why they bald. Oh my God. Let me say that again. People wear hats every day and wonder why they're bald. You've been tricked out of your life. You've been tricked out of your life. So they say, well, what do I do, Betty? People say, well, what do I do, Betty? What the hell, this and that? It's too late for some of y'all. It's too late for some of y'all. I'm just gonna be the first one to tell you. Your religion's not gonna save you. None of that shit gonna save you. It's too late for some of y'all. Some of y'all have too many tally marks on the negative side. It's too late for you. You cannot come in the house of God. You're not accepted. Access denied. Exactly. Hair is. Why do you think they have baseball caps with plastic and shit covering your head every damn day? Why? You know why? So you won't have these Goldilocks. So you won't have the locks, the divine locks. Y'all, I apologize. I apologize for my attitude. I ain't been wanting to come on live because I'm really frustrated. And I've been doing so decent trying to just, the first Egyptians were black, something I learned today. Damn, you just learned that today? Egyptians were only black until those fucking Arab invaders came in there in the late days, man. Come on now. You just learned that? Why do you think they shot? Why do you think Hannibal Barca, look this shit up. Why do you think Hannibal Barca had the 1,000 cannon salute and shot off the Sphinx's nose? You know why? Because the Sphinx had a nose like me. Big black man, breathe up all the air nose. The Sphinx looked like me. And so they blew his nose off just so he could look like whatever they thought they could try to portray it as. But you cannot. And I'm going to tell you even, man, come on, man. That's why I said save yourself. What? These people are so evil. They went to the damn pyramids and put bleach on the skin of some of the paintings on the walls. Most of them people who were initially busted the tombs are already gone. The initial tomb grave diggers, they're already gone. So, but man, come on, man. They tricked y'all to think black people wasn't the original gods of earth, and we are. And that's the sad part about it. Black people are the gods of earth, man, and the goddesses of earth, man. It's messed up, man. They try to damn say it was Stephen Bourgier. Stephen Bourgier ain't no damn Jesus. Stephen Bourgier is damn Michelangelo's cousin. You know who took over? They called them the Aamu. Let me tell you the Final Supper, where the Final Supper comes from. This is why Big Bad A, God bless Big Bad A, man. God bless my father too. God bless Iraq, the prisoners who gave my father the damn knowledge of real knowledge. Thank God for prisoners. Thank God for real historians and real fact diggers and real fact collectors. Not no cap, fake mystery religion people. Listen, this is how the Egyptians fell. The pharaohs was living doing their thing. Exactly. It's my history. This is not his story. This is my story. Look, this is exactly the facts, and you can look it up all you want after I'm done telling you. I believe I want to say it was Imhotep II or Ramesses II. Who? Hey, y'all, is it Imhotep or Ramesses II? Eat, drink, and be merry. Imhotep or Ramesses? I want to say it's Imhotep II. I want to say Imhotep II. I want to say Imhotep. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm never no uh liars and none of that. But let me tell you the story. This is the true story. So the Egyptians were in dynasty reigning on earth, chilling peacefully for thousands of years. They lied and said the Egyptians had slaves. That was even a lie because they didn't have slaves. They had workers. The reason why you could prove that the slaves are very confused about some people believe in reincarnation, but also believe anyone that ain't black won't be taken up. If reincarnation is real, we don't come back in the same flesh from correct. No, that's facts. And I don't believe in only black is decent. I never said that shit. I believe in good people, good souls is what God accepts. Good souls, good people, flawless souls, clean, pure souls. That's what Mola Amun-Ra and God accepts. He does not accept halfway all that. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm talking about good souls. I'm not talking about religion, race, because I have I know what you're talking about. And I know those type of people. It's a lot of people, like even like a Dr. Umar Johnson, who's very knowledgeable. Umar Johnson's a very knowledgeable brother, very smart, very knowledgeable. But Umar Johnson is a fucking not, I won't call him a racist, but he's blinded by the light, blinded by black, and that's not what it's all about. But look, but I love him though, and I respect everything he stands for. The invaders. So let me see. Let me read this. Let me tell you how it happened from the history. Boom, they came. I'm gonna speed it up too. What happened was when the Pangea, when the world split up, and it was Pangea at first. It was one Africa, one big land mass. It was one Africa. They called it Alkebulan, the land of the blacks. So in Alkebulan, the big ass the big ass landmass, Pangea landmass, before the asteroid came, because they say the asteroid came because the dinosaurs were too unruly on Earth. They say that was the reason for the asteroid, the first extinction. I mean, that extinction. They say that is the reason for that extinction. According to folklore, they say the dinosaurs were unruly and they were too loud. And man was too loud and too unruly at that time and celebrating too much. So it said the Great Flood came. On top of the Great Flood came, the asteroids had hit, or something had hit and blew everything up. And what happened is the land masses shifted. That's why all the continents are where they are now, because we got hit by something big back in the day. It extincted the dinosaurs, and also it shifted the land masses, right? So some of those Africans got shifted up into the Caucasus Mountains. They got moved up or trapped off or lost up in the Caucasus Mountains. So after they lived in the Caucasus Mountains for long periods of time, I'm gonna tell you something about simple science. If you don't have light, if you live in the dark, right? And let me explain to you the creation of albinoid people, of Caucasian people. Look, let me tell you. I don't know about Alma, but listen. So those African people got trapped up in the Caucasus Mountains. They had to do what they had to do to survive. They had to eat raw meat. They lost all their pigmentation. They lost all their color. They were stuck in the caves because after the asteroids hit, shit was not cool to go out for a long period of time. And so everybody was living in those caves who got trapped up in that Caucasus Mountain area region. So they were living up in those caves, and up there in them damn caves, right? They started eating raw meat. Look, look, they started eating raw meat. Let me tell you what happened in the caves in the Caucasus Mountains to those Africans. They were in there so long, they lost their color. When you flip a log over, if there's a bug under the log, like a grasshopper or a roly-poly or some type of bug who's been in the dark for a long period of time and never been out that under that log, he will be blonde and he will have blue eyes, because he will have no sun, and the blue eyes is so he can see in the dark, because the blue reflects light off the darkness, so you can see in the dark if you have blue eyes. That's why I'm gonna say this. That's why the blue-eyed African American man, the blue-eyed man is a better hunter than the brown-eyed man. The blue-eyed man is the better hunter than the brown-eyed man, because the blue-eyed man can see in the dark. He can see, and he has that way more of that primal instinct than the brown-eyed man, because the brown-eyed man, no, I'm telling you about origins. I'm not talking about now. Now is a lot of genetic mutations. A lot of people have made it, and you have people like me and stuff like that. It's a lot of genetic mutations and stuff like that in the world now. But I'm talking about origins. So look, these black people were caught up in the Caucasus Mountains. They were eating raw meat. They were doing what they had to do. They had to survive, right? This is where homosexuality came from, because these black people who were stuck in these mountains, they were having a savage. It got like savage life. So they were in the mountains doing their homosexuality. They were doing all that stuff. They were savages. They got turned into savages because they had to survive. They went primal. They went feral through thousands of years or hundreds of years in those mountains. So one day they said, this is exactly how the story goes. The light bearer, Lucifer, came into the mountain and he brought them a light. But he brought them fire. This is where the caveman got fire from. And this is why the caveman, I'm about to tell you some real world history. This is why the caveman worships the fire so much. If you light a fire, the cave people, fire, bonfires and all that shit. Those are the cave people. Let me tell you, look, the reason why they loved fire and worship fire so much is because when they were in those caves, they were dying from skin problems and all that stuff. But when fire came, fire created warmth. It created health. It created, it burnt away bacteria, it burnt away this, it helped, it was healing. So, and it kept away bugs, it kept away pests and varmints and stuff. So fire, when they got their hands on it from the light bearer, when Lucifer brought them fire, they were thankful. And they were basically like, he was their God. He was like magic to them. He was their God because they had never seen fire before. He showed them how to create fire. And once they learned how to create the fire, they made a torch, right? And when they came out with the torch, they were able to travel out farther, because you could go outside the cave, but it was cold out there. It was in the ice. You didn't have no clothes or nothing. So you couldn't go far. But if you have heat, if you have fire, you could travel farther distances, because it's healthy. It heals you. It heals you. Like you could walk through the cold in the dark if you got a fire ahead of you. So this is where these people started work. This is where the worship of fire comes from, because Lucifer brought that to help these people in their times of the worst times they were going through, and they basically used it. So basically what they did, they carried that fire out and they ran across these Egyptian temples. So when they got across to these Egyptian temples, They were like, damn, we eating raw meat. We doing this, we doing that. Woo, 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 woo. But these people in our border. Nah, for real. Nah, I know what you're saying. Those are the fake invaders. Those are the same ones who invaded Egypt, what I'm talking about now. Well, actually it was those people coming out the Caucasus Mountains. It was the black people got turned into Europe, Caucasoids out the Caucasus Mountains. So look, so these Caucasoids with the fire and stuff came out in little groups. And the Egyptians seen them and they gave them some stuff. They gave them some food. They got them straight. They gave them whatever they gave them. And one of the priests came into the temple. Look, one of the priests came to the temple and he said to Ramesses II, he said, Ramesses, these people came out the mountains, these Amu come out the mountains, like they're like savages type shit. They came out the mountains and they were like mountain people. They were saying basically like, hey man, we fed them, we gave them a little meat, we gave them a little this, and they went off. And he said, they're gonna come back. So build the wall, right? He said, they're gonna come back. This is what Ramesses said. He said, they're gonna come back. So build a wall. So they built a wall. They started building a wall to protect the temple. They built a big ass Donald Trump, big tall wall to protect the temple, right? And sure enough, lo and behold, they got the temple built up. I mean, the wall built up around the temple. And lo and behold, more of the cavemen came out. More came. They were like, yo, we want some of that chicken. Bro, like y'all had that motherfucking chicken, bro. You gave me some beer, some chicken, some grapes. I never ever in my life, bro, you got clothes on, bro. Like, they're trying to communicate this shit. We got them talking to them, giving them this, giving them that, right? This time they were more aggressive. This time they were more aggressive. They was like, they got a wall built up. Like, what the fuck? They got a wall built up. But we gave them some more shit. Or this ain't we. I'm not going to associate like I was there. Fuck that, baby. You was not there. Look, so this what happened. I was not there. Let me not try to act like I was there, even though it's the coolest story in the fucking world. Look. So then what happened is the Egyptian priests said, hey, they came back. They came back. They was like, they came back, man. And Ramesses II said, Ramesses II said to everybody, he gotta put everybody at gathered everybody, and he said, got a big at the big feast at the big supper table. This is where the Last Supper from that fake Bible crap comes from. This is where it comes from. They went to the Last Supper, big long table, and Ramesses II told everybody, he said, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. He said, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. And he knew, because they come back mad the second time after they gave him stuff. They come back mad. This is the truth. I'm telling the truth. Big Bad is telling y'all the truth. Listen. He said, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. They came back that third time. It wasn't no days. This takes time to walk. You understand? It takes probably weeks. This takes time. That third time they came back, it was so many of them, y'all. It was so many of them. They breaking the wall, shaking the wall, this and that, woo, and you know what they did? They got in there. They burnt it down. They didn't understand the value. Like I said, the dogs who with the caviar, the bear with the caviar, they didn't understand the value of the sacred writings. They didn't understand the value of the papyrus, the sacred holy scriptures, the sacred holy this. They burnt it because they couldn't eat it. They were so primal and savage. They burnt what they couldn't eat, destroyed what they couldn't eat. No, they wasn't drinking no alcohol. That's what they wanted. They came back for alcohol, food, all that. They came back for the gold, the food, the alcohol. They came back for what we was giving them samples of. This is why it's best for you to save yourself. Because when Big Bad, they tried to save you, right? I keep trying to save people and do this and say this and do this and that. I'm only exposing that I know this and I know that by trying to tell you what to do or what is this. And in the end, you're going to keep eating the babies. You're going to keep doing this. You're going to keep going through this. This ain't the first time that you've been through this. Like she said, deja vu. This ain't the first time you've been through this. You're about to go through it again. And guess what? These new nomads are being let in here. These new cavemen are being let in here. The whole story that you've been taught was a lie. They told you black people this and that. Or no. They didn't even try to say black people were cavemen. They never said that. They never tried to do that. They used to say, this old Caucasoid man was caveman, this and that. They never told the truth, man. Never. Because if you tell the truth that you're the inbred, angry little brother, then what would that do for you? Degenerated, genetically. Come on, man. It's not nobody's fault. It's life's fault. That's why it's not good to practice racism. Because everybody has bonuses and stuff like that. Man, it's going down. Man, they've been sleeping in Chicago in the schools. They have homeless migrants sleeping in elementary schools in Chicago and New York. They got homeless people who we don't know what they ever did in life. Let me explain something to y'all. I married an immigrant. I got married back in the day to an immigrant. That shit was hard as hell for her to get married and become an American citizen. They put her through hoops and whoops. They put my ex-divorced wife through loops and hoops to be an American citizen. I had to go through customs. We was all going through that shit so she could get a citizen, be my wife and this and that. And she get American citizenship so she can participate in America, work and go, she wanted to be an American, a doctor, all this. You can't do nothing if you ain't got. Now they're letting these motherfuckers in with no work, no paper, no interview, no nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Y'all ain't been, I done been through everything in the world to know that this shit don't add up. And the stuff that does add up, I don't question it. I don't question everything. Everything ain't meant to be questioned. I don't question God. I don't question, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, sir. But I do question this little weak ass little, I do judge these little weak ass, inferior, hate-filled people who want to keep people like me out of positions of power because people like me want real change in life. Unlike Barack Obama, who preached change, you know what Barack did? He did change his life. He did change the world. He made everybody start backdooring each other. That's how Obama changed the world. What they say? YMCA is fun to stay at the YMCA. Hey, but the bee on the side of the tree, on the yeah man, yeah man. Ain't got a bad to get. That's all Barack did. I said, young man, you can come to the time. I said, young man. I said, baby, me too bad. I don't even know that damn lyrics. Fuck, but I know the song though. I was a little boy when that shit came out. I said, what the hell is this? It's 5 niggas in costumes and shit on. I said, what the hell's going on with this shit? It did never sit right. I never stayed at the YMCA. I never played at the YMCA. Man, shit crazy, man. I love y'all, man. I ain't hating on nobody either because I can't be against nobody, man. Do you, man. Do you. Let me show y'all something, though, man. Oh, no, I can't. Damn, I can't. Damn, I can't show you nothing. I'm going to just tell you this. I was watching a video. Yeah, because I can't even promote nobody's channel. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. So, look. I was watching these videos yesterday of this dude on YouTube who was walking through Miami, downtown Miami, Florida, and it was like on the 8th of January, the 8th of January, which is a few days ago, right? I'm about to read all y'all's comments, man. Give me a second. He was like on the January the 8th. He was walking through Miami downtown and everything was closed, y'all. It was a complete ghost town. It was a complete ghost town. I'm gonna tell you, they had barricades set up on the side of the roads in downtown Miami. Barricades. They had graffiti all over walls, graffiti over government buildings. They had graffiti all over the walls of downtown Miami. It looked like a skating ring, like skateboard shit. Like it was a skateboard park. The whole downtown. This dude walked through downtown for 56 minutes. The video is 56 minutes long. He walked through downtown Miami for 56 minutes, and there were stores open. It was probably like about 5 or 6 or 7 stores open that he walked past. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is it's not going like it always did. It's not going like it always. And before we're able to be just left alone, something bad probably, and I'm not saying that. Please, God, protect us and help us. But before we're able to be left alone, you think that we're going to be just left alone? Do you think we're just going to be left alone? I don't. You done made a voodoo doll. Oh shit. Don't think of me when you stick it. Don't think about me when you stick it. Damn. I don't know, man. Sometimes I just be thinking like I'm so in this point at now where I'm like, how could this shit turn around for the better? Like, there's too many people who are brain gone. There's too many people who are just don't want the truth at all. There's too many people who don't want it. You could tell somebody all day, hey, that brand of soda you about to drink has whoop in it. They're gonna be like, so who cares? My stomach hurts. My head hurts. Who cares? Who cares? People be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. Who cares? You know, I do care. I just say this, like, what can I do, man? I get a game. I gave the game so many times on here. I get a game every day on here. Like, come on, man. Can't even keep doing all that, man. Exactly. People don't never learn until it's too late. And they're in their hospital bed begging for mercy. God, I just need one more chance. You know, drunk them goddamn sodas. I told you about it, didn't I? And it's not soda itself, because there's nothing wrong with drinking carbonated sugar water. You know what the problem is? All that shit they putting in it. Some clothes for homeless. That's what's up. But homeless people better get off their ass and do something with themselves. Let me say that. Homeless people better get off their ass and do something with themselves. When I was homeless and didn't have a home, because homelessness can fall on anybody. Anybody can fall on homelessness. But when I was homeless and didn't have no home, you know what happened? I got up off my ass and I worked every day. I got up off my ass and I made sure I had a hotel in a hotel room every day for me and my family to sleep in at night and be in and shit and be safe when I was at work. I made sure I did everything I could to get us out of homelessness. And we ain't been homeless in so long. So, you know, homeless people better get off their ass and do something. Ain't nothing coming to a dreamer but some sleep. Ain't nothing coming to a sleeper but some dreams, man. Better get off your ass and make something happen. Get off your ass and make some cash. Get up your ass and make a difference. Get up and do something. Make your life better by doing something. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your big homie, Big Baddie, man. This is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. One of the only places where you're going to get something that means something. All the other channels are fake. True. We never do know situations. I always had that calling to still have compassion and help them in small ways. I have compassion too, but I'm going to tell you what. I got to save my children. And I'll help he on here or who on here wants some help and some wisdom and some guidance. But other than that, better save yourself, man. This world is not what you think it is, and it's not what you about to think it is about to be. You think sweets are gonna be sweet forever. They all spoil. Good is God and God is good, but all things, there's seasons for everything, man. I love y'all. Wake up and smell the coffee, man. Big homie, Big Baddie, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You already know what time it is. My grandma used to make us patch blankets. That's what's up. My mom used to make my patch blankets too. My mom used to make my clothes, man. I love my mama. My mom used to make my clothes. She used to make all kind of shit, man. You know. I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all, just do the best you can, man. Stay strong and don't give up.